Hey guys, so last week Doctor Who started, and to celebrate loving Doctor Who being back and having this revolutionary, brilliant new Doctor, I thought I would do the Doctor Who book tag. So without further ado, I'm just going to get right into it and do the tag because I just want to talk about books, I just want to talk about Doctor Who, so I'm just going to get right into it and stop waffling. Question number 1, first Doctor, your favourite first book in a series, and that has to be House of M, which is the start of the entire No More Mutant storyline in the MCU. Well, not the MCU, but the Marvel Comics universe, and it is amazing. I was in a bit of a reading slump when I read this, and then I read it and immediately I was like, oh my god, and absolutely freaked out. It was so good. I cannot recommend it enough. I was in love in seconds and it's just brilliant, and as soon as you finish it you are desperate to read the next ones, which to me says it's a really good first book if you're desperate as soon as you've finished it to carry on reading the rest of the series. Question number 2, second Doctor, your favourite sequel. And for that I am saying Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I adored this when I read this. I loved Six of Crows, like I absolutely adored Six of Crows, but this just stepped it up somehow. I don't know how Leigh Bardugo managed it, but it absolutely stepped it up in quality and everything, and I absolutely adored this book. I thought it was brilliant. I'm ignoring the ending. Well, one part of the ending. If you've read this, you'll know exactly which part of the ending that I'm referring to, but apart from that, I absolutely love this book. The ending for most of the ships was beautiful. I nearly started crying. It was so good and wrapped everything up so well. I absolutely adored this. Question number 3, third Doctor, favourite trilogy. Dark Shade of Magic. Do I really need to say anything more than A Dark Shade of Magic? Because you guys know I love Dark Shade of Magic. It is my favourite trilogy. It's one of the only ones I've completed in such a short amount of time. I absolutely love it. I cannot wait for Threads of Power and the comic book spin-off, which name I've completely forgotten at the moment, but it will come back to me. But I am so in love with these books. They are brilliant. Question number 4, fourth Doctor, a book with a colourful cover, and Mortal Engines is probably the most colourful one I own. I'm usually more of a dark and muted colour kind of girl with covers, but this one is rather orange and yellow and all the rest of it, and it's also shiny, so I'm going to say that's pretty damn colourful. Question number 5, fifth Doctor, a book involving sports, and I struggled with this one because I don't read books that involve sports, but Lifelike does have bot fighting at the beginning, and they also run around with an electrified baseball bat, so I'm counting that. Question number 6, sixth Doctor, a book with a powerful villain, and I'm going to say Vengeful because this is the second one in the villains duology, so it's all about villains, and everybody's morally grey, if not villainy, and like they are amazing. You have Marcella in here, who is a villain flat out. You have Eli as well. Obviously you have Eli, who is a massive villain in all of this. You've got loads of villains and so super powered people who are all trying to murder and all the rest of it for their own gain, and basically this book is filled with powerful villains and I love them all. Question number 7, seventh Doctor, favourite adult or dark book, and I'm going to say American Gods because this is definitely an adult book in a lot of ways and it is genius. I cannot recommend it enough. If you like dark and gore and slightly odd stuff, it is absolutely brilliant. Cannot recommend it enough, and it's so dark and very, very adult, and it's just brilliant. It is a chunker, I will say, but it's so worth it for its cleverness and just how good it is. I cannot say how good it is. It's a new favourite after reading it for Time Topple this year. It was excellent. Question number 8, favourite romantic or romance book, and I'm going to say The Princess Bride, and this, as you can see how battered this copy is, it's very well read at this point, and I absolutely love this book. It is very romantic in places because of Wesley and Buttercup, who are one of my favourite couples ever because they're just so damn awesome. I love them and they are absolutely brilliant. I love their romance the whole way through, and quite frankly, if a man ever says the words As You Wish at Me, I'm marrying him on the spot to the marriage speech in the film and in the book. I will literally marry them on the spot if they say the words As You Wish at Me. And if a character ever now says As You Wish on TV or in a book, I'm so in love with them immediately. I'm just completely captured by Wesley at this point, and I'd love to have my own Buttercup moment, basically. I'd love to have my own Wesley. Question 8.5, and that is a book you wish you could forget. And I'm going to say Nevernight by J. Kristoff. Not because I hate it, I absolutely love that book. It's one of my books of the year. I'm going to say that simply because the final book in the trilogy isn't coming out till next year, and I haven't read the sequel yet, and it is killing me, but I'm putting off the sequel until the final book comes out. So I kind of wish I hadn't have read Nevernight now, but instead I just binged the entire series the few weeks before the final book comes out, because at the moment I'm want to read more, but at the same time, if I do that, I'm setting myself up for a massive, great big long painful weight that I can't take. Question number 9, which is Doctor Number 9, a book that made you pick up a series / genre again. And I'm going to say To Kill a Kingdom, because To Kill a Kingdom restored my faith in fairy tale retellings, because I'd had a couple of really, really bad ones up until then where I was sort of this is just not for me, but this one really restored my faith in dark retellings at the very least. I absolutely loved it. It was brilliant, and it totally restored my faith in the fairy tale retelling genre. Question number 10, my personal favourite Doctor, 10th Doctor, a super hyped book, and I absolutely loved Six of Crows. It was so hyped, I was scared going into it thinking I wasn't going to like it, despite the hype, but I absolutely adored this. It was brilliant, it was fantastic, and it was just great. I absolutely loved it. It's super hyped for a reason, and I'm so glad I finally read it. Question number 11, which is the 11th Doctor, a favourite children's book or middle grade novel, and Skullduggery Pleasant. Any other answer I possibly could have given for this, but Skullduggery Pleasant. It's slightly for the older levels of middle grade, I'd say, because it's quite spooky and scary in places, but it is absolutely brilliant. I adore it, and also this one has sprayed edges, so even though I've now got the box set of matching covers, I can't get rid of this one because I love the cover. It was my original, and it's got the sprayed edges, and I just generally love the story inside here. It sparked off everything I love about Skullduggery. It was brilliant, it was fantastic, and I adore it and recommend it to everybody. And question number 12, which is the final question and my second favourite Doctor, is an anticipated new release. And I am so excited for Grim Lovelies. I keep on hearing about it everywhere, and I'm so excited to read it, even though I don't own it yet. But I'm very excited to read it and to own it, and I'm hopefully going to buy it soon, and I just can't wait for it. But that is the end of the tag. Unfortunately, there is not a 13th Doctor question because obviously 13 had not been announced yet, because this sounds like it was done around the time 12 was being cast originally, and so there's no 13th Doctor, unfortunately. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up, comment down below with any of your answers to these questions and what you thought of 13 or any of your previous Doctors. Who's your favourite? Tell me that down below. I'll also leave a link down below to all of my social media if you want to check it out. If you want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time, guys, bye!